Guys, Carolyn here. Today I have 3 farmhouse decor DIYs for you. I made these for my pantry area of my laundry room. When I get all that done, I'll share it with y'all. These DIYs are so easy and require very little supplies. Let's get to it. For this first DIY, you'll need a piece of scrap wood like I have here, or you can use a Dollar Tree sign. You'll paint or stain the sign whatever color you choose. Because this sign is fairly large, I didn't want to use a lot of my antique wax, so I watered it down a good bit and it worked out very well. I really like the look of how it turned out. I was going to use stain, some early American stain from Minwax, but I was all out of my junky brushes. I usually use Dollar Tree brushes when using oil-based paint or stain, and then I just throw them away afterward, because if you're using oil-based, you really have to use some paint thinner or some other chemical to clean your brushes to get all that off of there. But with water-based, you can just rinse your brushes right off. Now I found an image for my sign online that I wanted to use, but I just wanted to show here real quick that you don't have to have Photoshop or even Word. I know not everyone has Word or any other really good program, and some people like me have a dinosaur for a computer. So I just wanted to show that you can go into a very basic program like WordPad here and just go into your page setup under file. You can make depending on the size of your sign, you just have to think about the size of a piece of paper, and you can make very large letters to trace for a larger sign. Here I've just put it into landscape and made my font really large. I used an antique style font. You can get so many fonts for free online, and you can see here that it's just going to print a couple of letters per page, and you can make the color like here I did a lighter gray so it wouldn't use up so much ink. If you have a larger Cricut, that would come in so handy for projects like this. I wanted to make a general store sign. I think I'm starting a little bit of a theme of this in my pantry area. When I get it all done, I'll probably do a little mini tour of it and what all I did. And if anyone has any ideas down below for like an old general store style decor, I would love to hear any ideas. There's really not a whole lot online. I'm using the old school method of tracing with graphite paper. I got a big pack of it online and it has lasted so long. And you can use these sheets over and over until you've used them a fairly good amount and a lot of the graphite is off of them, but really cheap, easy way of making signs. For this next DIY, you'll need some fabric. I'm going to be using this canvas drop cloth that I got from Home Depot. I've already used it a few times in painting projects. It has some splatters of paint on it and it's really well worn, and that's going to work really well for this project. I'm making some flour sacks or grain sacks. Burlap would work well for this. I'm just getting the general measurement of the items that I'm wanting to put in the sacks. Um, my idea here is just I have open shelving in my pantry, and I figure if something if it's going to have to sit on the shelves can be made to look more like decor, that that would be a good idea to, make the look of the pantry nicer because it's all out in the open. It's not, my pantry is just open shelving in my laundry room. So it's not like the food is tucked away in a closet or anything. It's where, people will walk through. I cut the corners off of the bottom of each sack, but you don't have to. I actually didn't for the last couple that I made, and I thought that it would, lessen the bulkiness in the corners, but it really didn't make any difference. So you can skip that step. But you can sew these, but I just used hot glue and it worked out very well. I'd like to give the fabric hot glue a try, although I haven't had any issues with hot gluing fabric, so I don't know if it's really needed. I'm just going to use these stencils that I got. This stencil that I got from the Dollar Tree, I thought it had a very basic look and I thought would work well for this project. And I'm using this ruler and some clamps to just kind of guide myself to not, I don't have a great eye with making things even. Like if I was to write on a whiteboard, like my writing would go downhill, and so I was afraid that that would happen anytime I'm doing any lettering on a project. But so I'm just using this ruler as a guide to keep me in line a little bit better, and it worked out well. This plastic paintbrush from the Dollar Tree, it has a flat end on it, and it worked out very well for the stenciling. I would recommend it. I just love how this is a decor item and it also serves a purpose. I keep my sugar and flour in canisters on my countertop, but for the extra flour and sugar, I just leave it in the bag and put it down into these sacks, and I just love how it looks. This last one is so easy, I almost feel like it shouldn't count. But I just wanted to show you guys a solution to a problem that I came up with. In my laundry room, we don't have a garage, so my laundry room is sort of a catch-all for various things. And I have a very high up shelf where I'm going to be keeping my cans of paint, and I have a lot of cans of paint. But I'm just going to measure the cans that I have. I have a lot of these quart cans. You can use plain paper, or they have, if you want it to be a craft look like I did, they do have legal size craft paper online, but it was pretty pricey. So what I just did is I took the roll craft paper from Dollar Tree and I traced around legal sized pieces of paper, and use them to print my labels onto. I used double-sided tape to attach them so they could be easily removed in case I needed to access the directions on the paint can. I just love how even though I have to store these paint cans in here on my new shelves, that I can make them fit the theme and not take away from the look of the pantry area. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It really helps my channel. I hope you all have a wonderful day.